Welcome to this tutorial video. The goal of this video is to show you the Multi Invoice screen. The Multi Invoice screen is used to create batches that contain multiple invoices. These batches may have invoices for the same dater, but for multiple days, or for multiple daters, or both. Multi-invoice batches are mostly used by bureaus for faster billing. On the main diary, click on the navigation wheel button on the navigation bar. The navigation wheel will open. Click on the Daters segment to open the Daters module. The Daters screen will open. Click on the Multi-Invoice button at the top right-hand side of the screen. The Multi-Invoice screen will open. Please note that the Multi-Invoice screen will be blank until the user adds an invoice. To start adding an invoice, click on the Add Invoice button in the bottom right corner. The invoice section will expand. Please note that a red error will always appear by default when a new invoice is added to advise the user that the invoice header is incomplete. The error will disappear once a dater has been added to the invoice or once a service center and treating doctor has been added. Add a dater to the invoice by typing in the dater search field. A list will populate as the user types. Click on the desired dater to make a selection. The selected dater's information will be filled in on the multi-invoice at the top left side of the invoice screen. Click on the Add Procedure button to add procedure items to the invoice lines. This part of the invoice works the same as the normal invoicing process. Add items to the invoice just as it is done in a regular invoice. To continue with another invoice, simply click on the Add Invoice button again and repeat the invoicing process until the desired amount of invoices are created. Once an invoice is completed, the user can either post the current invoice, open the account details screen of the selected dater, or to repeat the current invoice on several days. Click on the Post button of the desired invoice to post the invoice. This will only post the current invoice and not any other invoices in the batch. When posted successfully, the invoice will be highlighted in green. Click on the Open Account button in the top right-hand corner of the desired invoice panel to open the dater's account screen. The user will have access to the full account history screen. Click on the Close button to return to the Multi-Invoice screen. Click on the Repeat button on the desired invoice panel to repeat the current invoice exactly as it has been created in a new invoice. The Repeat Invoice pop-up will appear. Click on the Repeat Dates button to select dates from the date picker to repeat the same invoice on the current dater on a different date. When done with the selection of the repeat dates, the dates will be listed in the pop-up. Cancel a date by clicking on the cross to delete that selection of that date. Select or deselect the lines to repeat by clicking on the blue ticks in correspondence with the specific line item. Click on the Cancel button if the user would like to close the pop-up and return to the Multi-Invoice screen without repeating the invoice. Click on the OK button when done with the selection. New invoices will be created in the same batch. Invoices for the selected dates will be created. Click on the Add Invoice button to add a new invoice in the same batch. A new invoice panel will appear where exactly the same can be done as previously explained. Either a new invoice can be made for the same dater with a different date or a different dater can be added to make a new invoice. All invoices that have not been posted are highlighted in orange. The panel of the invoice that is currently being worked on will be highlighted in blue. An invoice that has been posted successfully will be highlighted in green. Trying to post an incomplete invoice will result in the Invoices panel to be highlighted in red. Click on the Post All button to post all the invoices that have been created in the batch. Click on the Post All drop-up menu button to access the option to Post and Switch All, which will post all the invoices and switch them to the medical aid. Click on the Close button to close without saving. An attention pop-up will appear to advise that the work that has been done will be discarded. Click on the Cancel button to return to complete the invoice. Click on the OK button to delete the invoice lines and to return to the dater screen. Click on the Save button to save the batch after completion. The screen will then close and revert back to the main dater screen. Click on the Load Batch button to load a batch that has only been saved and that has not been posted to the system. The batches pop-up will appear. On the Batches pop-up, there are batch actions that a user can take, such as save, view, and mark as done. Click on the Save button to save or update the name of the batch. An updated pop-up will appear to advise the user that the batch name has been updated successfully. Click on the OK button to acknowledge and close the updated pop-up. Click on the View button in correspondence with the batch number to open and edit a batch. The batch will open and display all the invoices associated with a specific batch that was chosen. Please note that the panels will be highlighted in gray until they are expanded. To open a specific invoice, click on the Invoice panel to expand it. The panel's color will change to blue. Click on the Expand All button to expand all invoices in the selected batch. All the invoices will expand and the user will be able to continue working, view the content of the invoice, post an invoice, view the account, or repeat the invoice using the buttons as explained. Click on the Close button. If no changes were made, the screen will close and revert back to the main data screen. If there were changes and the user does not wish to save them, an attention pop-up will appear to advise that the work has been done and will be discarded. Click on the Cancel button to return to complete the invoice, or click on the OK button to delete the invoice lines. Click on the Save button to save the batch after completion. The screen will close and revert back to the main data screen. Click on the Mark as Done button to tag the batch as completed and that no more changes will be made to the batch. An attention pop-up will appear to ask the user whether they are sure they would like to mark the batch as completed. Click on the No button to close the attention pop-up and to return to the Batches pop-up. Click on the Yes button to mark the status of the batch as completed. The status of the batch will change to completed. Please note that once the batch has been marked as done, editing the invoices within the batch will no longer be possible when viewed. Click on the Cancel button once done with the batches to return to the Multi Invoice screen. Click on the Close button to return to the main data screen.